The Disk of Subu, a 5,000-year-old Egyptian artifact, looks as out of place in Prince Subu's tomb as a cell phone on George Washington's desk. Its futuristic shape defies ancient norms. Ancient tool, ritual object, or something stranger? Let's dive into that and more now. All right, everybody, welcome to another Woo News. And I'm Sally, and I'm with Christina, and we are both QHHT practitioners. And we're looking at what is new in Woo News from basically a QHHT practitioner point of view. Would you say that's right, Christina?
Yes, I would. Hi, everybody.
All right, are you ready to go? We've got some things we were going to touch base on from the last video,
Yes.
just to get some clarification, and then we have a couple other items to look at. So today we're going to be covering kind of finalizing last week's video on the dangling Bigfoot with the 1 and 2 helos. We're going to go back and reevaluate the Boogosphere. Then we're going to shift to the Schist Disk. That sounds almost naughty to say. And then, and then we're going to go to the Great Galactic Wave that people are talking about. All right, so let's get started. The first part we're going to look at is that dangling Bigfoot. And one of the things that stood out to me when we looked at that the first time is that if you looked at the video, or rather the picture, well, there was a video, but the picture that we shared, you'll notice in the foreground there's a lot of cars, right? And yet when I first looked at it, before I even deep dived into, because we're truth seekers, right? So even when we're doing associated remote view, sometimes it's nice to go back and back it up. So you look at it, does it vibe? Does it not vibe? Were you on mark? Were you off mark? When I looked at it and I kept hearing in my head, Kabuki Theater, Kabuki Theater. And then I realized I'm going to stick with Kabuki Theater with this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I just don't think it's a Bigfoot. It's not.
Yeah, one of the things I noticed is that I'm not seeing a bunch of people report this. And if you have all those cars in the foreground, wouldn't you have a lot of people, not just one person, posting this?
Yeah, you would think that the internet would have been flooded, in that time frame of, people saying, "Oh my gosh, I saw, da 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 da." You would think, because usually things like that people do glom onto, and it gets passed around.
And like we said in the last time, part of me kind of was, oh, great, there's a Bigfoot, it's on camera, that would be really cool. But then, when I get past the excitement that it's a Bigfoot, I'm thinking, if that's a Bigfoot, that's really mean.
Well,
you
you
don't put
wouldn't
a
want
living animal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you wouldn't want an animal hanging like that. No, you wouldn't do that to another living creature. That's not right.
No. So, in a way, I'm glad I don't have to be angry at the person who's dangling the Bigfoot. Oh,
Yeah,
anyway.
for sure.
So I'm going to go completely Kabuki Theater on the Bigfoot. And that one that you brought up, the 2 helos that was claimed to be a dangling Bigfoot, I feel like it feels like it's part of the same Kabuki Theater, if you will.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a living entity there at all. It didn't feel like it was a live living creature.
No, I didn't either. So I just was trying to figure out what really am I looking at. So no.
I don't know what you were looking at. I couldn't figure it out, but it didn't feel like it was living. And that made me feel better, because can you imagine? I mean, good Lord.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough with that. Let's move on to going to part 2 of the Boogosphere. So, do you want to share with me what you got with that on the follow-up?
Um, sure. When I was looking into it, um, the writings, like I was talking about last time, the writings really bothered me, and the writings are some form of Sanskrit, which would then explain why, like, AI was able to interpret the writings, because that bugged me the most, I guess, of the whole about the whole thing is like why was AI so able to translate, so to speak, everything. And so then I looked at that, and yeah, it's a type of Sanskrit, and that would be why it could be interpreted so easily.
Hmm.
But for me, the startling thing, or startling not startling thing, was the whole question of who the off-worlders are. Because the Boogosphere was created by off-worlders, and so then you wanna know, who are the off-worlders? Are they aliens? Who are they? And, um, they're not aliens. So
Isn't that crazy? That's what I got too.
yeah, and so then it's like, so who are the off-worlders?
Yeah, that's where it came in for me. It's like we are the aliens. We are the off-worlders. That's what came in so strong for me.
Yeah, and I'm in agreement with you on that. That's shocking, not shocking thing, you know?
Shocking. It surprised me. I'm like, yeah, again, it was one of those times where I had to walk away from that a few times because kept getting that, and I'm like, "Really?" And but then again, in some respects, this is where it came in so strange. It felt, yes, that's right. It felt so right.
Right,
And I think that's the thing that astounded me the most is how right that felt when I tuned into that. That no, it is sort of us, but I don't know how you feel or even how if you even got to this point. But for me, when I got looking at it, it was almost like it was us, like we relocated,
mhm,
right? Something,
yeah,
a form of us
right,
relocated.
right,
And
yeah,
it feels like it keeps going, ties back again to the time when Mars got its atmosphere obliterated. That's it all feels like it ties into that somehow. And when that planet, quasi planet, moon, whatever it was that was between Mars and Jupiter, that's now the asteroid belt, it feels like it all sort of ties into that time frame.
yeah,
And
I
and you definitely got it was, and you got this the last time, that it was a probe, right? It was
mhm,
an information gathering device.
yeah,
What surprised me when I got that, it was us sending it. It feels like I don't know how it got sent to the future, but it feels like it got sent to the future, to here, to the now time. So I don't
right,
know if it was intentionally sent there or if whatever happened in that massive event that
right,
disrupted the space-time continuum into some of these probes here. I don't
right.
know, but it feels like it is us and it feels like we created it.
Yeah, and like you say, that feels really right. Like, everything you're saying, like, to the core of my being says that is absolutely right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know where we go with this.
I
Um,
yeah, I don't know
I
either.
feel like I think the window of time is interesting when you're doing associated remote viewing and you're like literally working with a computer and you ask, is it older than 12,560 years old? It could be 12,561 years old, and you would get a no because you didn't ask that question.
Right.
So
Right.
for those people who are trying to do associated remote viewing, be mindful of the questions you ask,
Right.
because you know the language is so key in all of
Right.
this. All right, let's move on to the schist. Schist, is it schist? Yeah, schist. Schist disk.
You don't want to get accused of saying naughty words.
Oh my gosh, no, and it's so easy to do. Before we go any further, let's elevate your journey, personal and cosmic. Meet your must-have companion, the Energy Healing Map at mdhmap.com. Perfect for beginners and pros, it's your guide to clearing trapped emotional energies like ancestral or past life baggage, aligning your vibration with your goals. Imagine releasing old vibes to unlock new skills like remote viewing. With a clear energy field, you'll tap into the unseen. mdhmap.com helps you heal, grow, and explore your universe. Grab your energy healing map today, clear the past energies, and align your vibe, and see what's out there. Visit mdhmap.com now.
I am so impressed with this website, how well you've done it. You know, I worked in analytics, IT systems before, and I'm thinking, wow, this is a lot of work. And the navigation and to know and just the whole mapping, you must be a very analytical person because this is so well done. I love it. Thank you.
Sorry. My bad. Anyway, so the question is, this is a disc, and I'll leave a picture up here, that was found, I think, around in the 1930s. I'm thinking 1936, in an Egyptian tomb, and it didn't look like anything else has ever been discovered. And the question is, what is it? And there were some speculation that it was a bowl to hold sacrificial blood in it, but that didn't make any sense either.
Well,
So
not
it's
not
a
especially if you look
container. Yeah, go ahead.
not especially if you look at the finds that of what they were calling bowls in that time frame archaeologically. It looks nothing like absolutely freaking nothing like a bowl.
Looks like nothing that's there at all.
Right.
Imagine putting a cell phone back on George Washington's desk. What's out of place?
Right,
That's what
yeah.
you're looking at right now.
Mhm.
So, um, so is it a container, a tool, or something else? And when I tuned into that, I kept getting it was a flywheel. So it's part of a mechanism used for something. So where did you land with it?
I I agree that it's part of a mechanism. Like, when I look at it, what immediately pops into my head is, um, it's part of a mechanism, and to me, it feels like it's f for energy. It's part of a larger structural of a device for energy.
Did you by chance look at how old it was?
Yeah, it's really old.
All right. So when I looked at it, it looks like it's between 15 and 20,000 years old. I mean, it's definitely older than the pyramids. And who knows? Do you think it even may be related to this subterranean structure on the Giza Plateau?
Ooh, now wouldn't that be interesting? See, I think it's
Hmm.
all related. It's like it's like I feel like we have talked about different pieces of a larger puzzle in a lot of our different episodes.
So, like, it's all tied in together.
Yeah.
The subterranean structure in the Giza Plateau,
Mhm.
Lemuria and Atlantis, and the destruction of Mars' atmosphere, and what is that thing that's between Mars and Jupiter, a moon, planet is part of it in the Oort cloud, you know. It does feel like it's all coming together. It's like, oh, we looked at this piece over here, and there's this piece over here. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the Great Galactic Wave. So there's apparently some massive energy that's traveling through the universe, and people talk about it's like somebody dropped a rock in a pond, and you've got that ripple effect, and it's this wave of energy that's they're talking about. It's got its source in, or it seems like it's coming from Sagittarius, that area of the sky. And of course, it's just like the AI Atlas, is it real or artificial? What did you get?
The galactic little waves from Milky Way, to me, that's all natural.
Yeah, it felt natural, like there was some type of event that, I think we'll begin to understand more and more, especially as everything becomes more sophisticated, and our understanding grows. What it would be cool is if we can finally get to Mars.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So I think one of the next things that I would like to remote view is the face of Mars and how much of it is related to the subterranean structure on the Giza Plateau. Is it related to Lemuria and Atlantis?
Well, that sounds fun to me.
Yeah. So I think the next time we're going to be doing that. And all right, so it's on. We're going to go ahead and see if we can't tie these puzzle pieces all together to see, is there a commonality between Mars, the Giza Plateau, that face on Mars that we're going to look into, and maybe even the Boogosphere. What do you think?
Oh, I think that's going to be cool.
And the other thing I want to look at is the other thing that's kind of going around in Woo News is the mysterious Will-o'-the-wisp. So basically, they're talking about the sightings that take place in swamps and graveyards, and they're seeing all these orbs. The question is, and because it's coming up on the Halloween, is it spirit activity, or is it, what do they call that? Swamp gas back in the day?
Yeah.
We'll take a look at that too in upcoming videos. All right, with that said, any last thoughts here, Christina?
Nope, but I'm looking forward to trying to tie it all together.
That'll be fun. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss another Woo News video, and let us know what your thoughts are when you do Associated Remote View. Take care.